Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Tool Score. So I was in North Bay today getting some business done and went into the Hawk Shop where I got my rigid kit last time and thought, let's see what they got kicking around. And they finally lowered the price on a couple of rigid drills I've been looking at, but then I thought, well, I kind of already got one of each of those already, not that it would hurt to have more, and all those extra batteries, because batteries aren't exactly cheap, as we know, for cordless tools. But I got a little more practical. I saw this. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be like, Black & Decker, are you nuts? Well, maybe, but you never know. Thing is, Black & Decker is coming along a long way. Now, you look back about, I guess about 9 years ago, I bought my wife a Black & Decker drill. It was NiCad powered of all things, and it was like 50 bucks, you know, and a replacement battery is about 50 bucks. You know, not that her battery's bad. It's actually still going pretty good, amazingly enough, but I mean, it was still a cheap drill, right? But they've got lithium-ion technology now in their tools, and this is a 20-volt system. Nice little slim pack, and you can get higher capacity packs, and there's a couple of actual third-party companies that make batteries for these things too, for 20 volt, and you know, for like higher amps, right up to, I think it was like 4 amps or something I saw on Amazon. But I found a kit actually for, well, it was under $100 for 2 batteries. And I want to get a better charger, because the charger for this thing is, oh my god, it's slow. There was quite a bit of charge left in the battery, as it was when I picked it up today, and it's like, okay, well, you know, now this thing is 400 milliamp charger, so from what I gather from this battery, it's probably about a 2 amp battery, and so yeah, 400 into 2 amps, which is 2,000 milliamps. Yeah, we're talking about 4 hours. So there was probably, I don't know how much of a charge, but it took almost 3 hours to peak the battery back out, because I want to do some testing on a full battery, of course, right? But I did spin the saw up and the drill at the Hawk Shop, and it's like, okay, they work good. And this thing actually seems to have some pretty good snap to it. But they do give you this charger, which is kind of a funky looking thing. My boss actually has a similar drill, but with a full-sized, you know, type of charger, right? That's actually faster. But this one's a slower one. So I do want to pick up a faster charger, some extra batteries. So I only got the 1 battery, and I got the drill. Now the drill is kind of nice. It's not overly huge, you know, even with the battery in here. You know, it's not all that big. You know, it's not bulky, it's not awkward and heavy, you know, but not too bad. And it looks similar to those Milwaukees, you know, but it ain't no Milwaukee, that's for sure. The clutch and everything, it's got a 10-position clutch, and then, of course, you've got right into drill mode for total lockup. Keyless chuck, of course, which is nice. Pretty decent. Came with the bag, and like I said, just the 1 battery. Then, of course, you've got the circular saw, which is a 5.5. Which is more than enough depth from visual inspection that it should have no problem slicing a 2x4. We are going to test this. So stay tuned for the performance test and review. The saw, of course, can go to different depths, which is nice, as well as changing angles. You know, you can change your angles. You've got from 0 to 45, about 55 degrees basically, probably a little bit more if you really wanted to stretch it, but most of what I do is going to be just flat out anyways. But you know, it does have the guard, which is good, and battery just zaps right in the back end here like so. It's really not bad. It's decent, and the rubberized coating feels good in the hands. Give it a little spin up. Safety lock. And it's got an instant stop brake, which is nice too. Allen key as well came with it for being able to change your blade out. It looks like the blade has only seen maybe a couple of cuts, because it's a carbide tip Piranha blade, and the carbides are in like pretty well perfect condition. No missing pieces or anything from it, so it should be a good stable blade for quite a while. General purpose cutting blade, but we'll give her a go and see how it does. Max is out at 3,700 RPM on the 20 volts, and it can only go to 20 volts, so, you know, and it's not big, you know, which is kind of nice too. And this is a metal platform, you know. But yeah, so far pretty cool. Can work good for left-handed people or right-handed people alike, you know, because you've got the dual sliding lock. You've also got the lock too for changing your blade. Just got to rotate the blade. Lock's there. Take your Allen key. Away you go. Even tells you righty-tighty, lefty-loosey type of thing. So this side goes out, so counterclockwise to undo her. And the little, call it a contractor bag for carrying them around in. Not bad. I can fit a few tools in there anyway. So that's alright. Now, what I pay? $50, no tax. It's been on the floor for about 2 weeks apparently. And that's what they tell me, which is about right, because it wasn't there last time I bought my rigid kit. And so I thought, okay, well, for $50, let's see if they'll do no tax. And they did, so I really appreciate that deal from them. And so yeah, so $50, we'll see how well they do. We're going to cut a couple slices of 2x4, and then we're going to put the drill through a bit of torture and see what kind of torque this has. It is a 2-speed drill, so you got your 2-speed transmission in this sucker. And we'll see how it does and go from there. But this is going to make a good extra too, because I've got my son coming over to help me finish fixing my shed up this weekend. So we got 2 saws, we got drills coming out the yin-yang now, you know, and so we should be all right there. I really don't like corded tools that much. The more cordless stuff I can get my hands on, the better. And if this thing proves itself, then I'll end up giving this a thumbs up. I mean, it looks good, it feels good, it's got a good high-speed motor in it, you know, that sort of jazz. You know, I'm not expecting a lot out of the drill, but you never know. And like I said, I am going to order extra batteries and, you know, a much faster charger unit, because, oh my god, that's just too long of a wait to recharge even a lithium-ion battery. But that's my tool score, other than I went to Canadian Tire, and I got a set of these channel lock crimpers, and I've been needing a set of these actually for work, because we only have the one set, and sometimes we both need to crimp connectors, and with only one pair of pliers, you know, what do you do? So I got these for, I think they were about $32 at Canadian Tire. It was full retail, but I didn't care. I needed a set anyways. And it tells you insulated or non-insulated connectors, and it's got a little set of cutters up front there. And so I'll have to take these for a spin and see how they work. But that's not from the pawn shop, only this stuff. I just thought I'd throw this in as a little extra for you guys. There you go. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the performance testing video of this Black & Decker stuff, and we'll see if it gets a thumbs up or not. Alright guys, catch you later. Bye-bye.